All right, let's just get it cracking then. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Unperishable Podcast. And today we are in these virtual streets with the homie that I really love their music. Like sometimes throughout the day, their songs just be playing in my head. I'll still be singing them. Very talented individual, longtime friend. We've been in these Atlanta streets for a long ass time, performing and doing our thing. But everybody give it up for the one and only THEA Jones.
What's going on, man?
What's
It's good to
popping?
see you.
It's
No,
good
we
to see
haven't been
you.
able to see each other in so long, but I mean, something's better than nothing, right, man? It's
Yeah, I
good to see
know.
you.
And from here on out, I'm probably gonna be doing these podcasts like this because sometimes trying to coordinate with people to get together and then setting up and breaking
Yeah.
down and moving my equipment around and stuff has just been kind of annoying. But I prefer the face to face, you know, interview style. But you get what you can get, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's good. Like you said, it's good seeing you either way. I see you growing them dreads out.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do my thing, man. Trying to catch up with the rest of you guys.
I
Long
know,
hair
right?
crew.
I feel like once my hair starts graying, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
get dreads.
Yeah, I feel like everyone should just end up with locks, just let go, be free, and get you some locks. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, eventually,
Because
eventually.
I just think it will look fire. I seen this old dude who had gray hair but dreads like a while ago, and I was like, yeah, that's probably I'm gonna rock that. Just I still want to do too much with my hair, so I don't want
Mm.
to commit to the lock yet. But I'm kind of getting there because I'm getting annoyed sometimes with having to comb it out and then having to do mess with it every now and then.
Yeah, I feel that. So
And
I got tired of getting them haircuts. I got tired of brushing my hair. And, I'm gonna just keep it real. Um, and listen, if you want to have a fade and some waves, if you're a stud or a dyke or whatever, you want to be, 30, 40, 50 with some, day, do you. You probably look fly. I just don't see myself doing that. So I went ahead and start growing this thing out because I'm not, I don't know, when I see myself in the next 10 years,
right.
I just, I don't have a 360 waves.
Right.
But
I've
yeah.
I've never been able to fully get the waves, so yeah,
Ah,
you know.
you're not missing out on nothing, man. It's okay.
I remember one time I had like a little dip right here at the top one time, and I thought I was doing something, but it was probably just because my hair was curly. It
Yeah,
was good.
probably. But you have such a fire hair texture, man. So, it's cool. You can do other things.
My hair is weird though. It's like so thick, but some parts are like curl a different way than the other side. Some
Hmm.
side, like one side gets just really froey, and then
Hmm.
some parts get more curly. So
Hmm.
like, my all the ancestors inside of me is fighting for dominance.
That's
My
funny. I
my
love that.
African side comes out strong, but the every now and then the other parts want to come out to
Hey,
remind you.
I'm gonna definitely start using that. I'm gonna definitely start using that. Got
Yeah,
all my ancestors fighting inside of me, goddamn. Don't nobody know who gonna come out on top.
hell yeah. My German side want to try to get something. The Spanish side, the little bit of native Indian side want to come out, and the African want to. Of course, the African side is the
Yeah, the African's
strongest
gonna
one.
come out. It's gonna come out.
I know.
You don't
But
have a
yeah,
choice.
so what you been on? I know when we were speaking a while ago, you said like you've been on like a healing journey, trying to like get some stuff together. What's that been like?
Well, for me, I took as you know, and a lot of people know, and if you don't, or you find out, I took a break from performing. It became kind of mundane for me. Um, and I also was kind of becoming a little depressed.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was, not trying to get dark or anything, but it was definitely getting kind of depressing. I think I was losing a lot of myself. Um,
mm,
kind of who I was sonically, my sound.
yeah,
In Atlanta, it can get easy to do that. Especially when you pay your bills off of making music, being a musician. You're doing a lot of R&B,
yeah.
um, surrounded by hip hop, doing a lot of things that aren't me to my core, you know, and
Hmm.
that I love and I admire and appreciate and can have fun with. But you know, I like soul, I like funk, I like rock, alternative, folk. That's the music I
Yeah,
make. That's where I thrive. So losing that losing that connection with my true sound, I found other passions. I started playing the drums because I said, okay, I got to take a break from this live performing and get back to
right.
me. But I still want to do music. I still want to be connected to it. I still want to be on the scene. Still want to make a
Hmm.
difference. So I picked up the drums and I was scared shitless, man. And I can't even believe that I was even people were even like giving me a chance to play. And I was so terrible at first, and I got better. And people just kept taking a chance on me, and I was grateful for that. And it gave me a new life and a new lease on music. So I fought, and once I got strong and healthy enough spiritually and mentally, I started trying to see myself as Thea Jones, the artist again. And once I could see it and believe it, I said, okay, it must be time. So I started back writing, of course. I never really stopped writing, but I started back writing with the intention. And then I said, okay, it must be time to perform again because I got the fire inside of me. And so I hit the
Hmm.
stage again, and now I feel like I'm back better than ever. I feel more connected with my gift and my goals and my intentions than I ever have been in my life, and definitely more connected to those around me who I'm creating with. I know that we're creating with the purpose of going somewhere. So I'm really excited. I needed that break. I needed to, sometimes you
Yeah.
need to do that.
Nah, for
So,
real. I feel that sometimes you gotta take a little step back, you know what I'm saying? Readjust, reconfigure yourself, especially when you're just moving all the time. Sometimes you don't even know how you got to where you was at. And then you
man,
like, wait a minute, I gotta, actually process this whole thing. And doing something like playing a new instrument and the process of that, I think also kind of gives you a newer um like outlet of creativity. It kind of sparks something else in you, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you see things a different way now. And it's like, oh, I'm in this whole other, realm now. I can start pulling creativity from this area and seeing how people do stuff, and it just sparks something new in you. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
I want to piggyback on that real quick because what happened in my life was, yeah, it definitely gave me a creativity spark, but it was more of like a mirror reflection, right? Because
mm-hmm,
um, there are a lot of people who know me right now who do not know I'm a singer. They
for
are just
real.
finding that out in the past few months. Like they are not even, they're like, my mind is blown. Like there's no way.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
crazy.
met me as a drummer, right? Over the past 2 years, I've been drumming. And over the past year, I've been really drumming, not performing. So they think I'm a drummer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's mad funny because when I look at all these people who don't know I'm a singer, and it's so many people to the point where I'm like, I've taken notice and go on, this is actually insane. And like all my friends that know that I sing and stuff, they just be dying laughing like there's no way. So I think what it's shown me is, oh buddy, you haven't even your journey hasn't even gotten started yet for real. You
Right.
better get back on, touch that stage and grab that microphone because there are people who appreciate and respect my presence in the music scene off of something like playing the drums that I'm grateful for because a lot of my friends and guys who play with me, they've been playing since they were like 5 in the church and and
Right.
if they were just to turn around and try to go be a singer tomorrow, I don't know if they get the same type of response, I would hope so.
Right.
But so for me it's like, man, what I gained wasn't as much of a creativity boost as much as it was a new lease on like my sound, my journey, and
Yeah.
where I have to go. Like, but sometimes it's been 10 years out here in Atlanta alone, about 11 years, and feels like it's been an eternity. But like you said before, you sometimes got so much going on, you don't know how you got where you are. So that's what happened to me when I took my break. I was like, damn, how did 10, 11 years go by so fast? This is crazy. How
Hmm.
did all of this, like, I could write a book,
Right.
but instead, I'm just going to get back on that stage. You know what I mean? I'm going to write some
Yeah.
songs about it. But yeah,
Yeah, because that's your book.
that's my book. Yeah.
That's your medium is the
Yeah.
writing songs. And that's how we get it out. But it's funny you say that because I feel like when I first started doing music in Atlanta,
Mhm.
like I was mainly known for playing bass. Like a lot of people didn't even know I could sing. And I remember like because I think my first few gigs out here was just playing bass.
Mhm.
And so then of course someone says, "Oh, you play bass. I need a bass player." And I start getting these gigs. And I think when I met you, I was playing bass for a band. I don't even remember what band
I
it
can't
was.
remember either. It's
But
so long ago.
we were I was playing bass and you were in Auto Magic when I first met you.
Hmm.
And during that time period for like the first 3 years, I was only playing bass for people, and only like a handful of people knew I also sang. And
Hmm.
like I would do open mics here and there, and someone would be like, "Oh, I didn't know you could sing as well as play the bass. So like I got a show. Do you want to come perform?" Yeah. So then I started, hitting shows, and people, the same thing that happened to you happened to me, where people would be
Hmm.
like, "What? You're a singer? I didn't even know you could do that." And I was like, "Well, I'm a singer first. I'm a bass player second. Like, so I was like, I got to change this around. I'm gonna just start doing some shows where I'm performing more and playing bass less. And then,
Hmm.
so I started getting introduced to people that knew me as singers or as a singer now. And then when they saw me play bass, they would be like,
Right.
"Wait, you play the bass?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." So now, people are
Yeah.
kind of like, do I ask him to come perform or do I ask him to come
To
play
play
bass
the
for me? And it's like both because I want to do both. Like
right,
I'm
right,
I'm both
right.
a bass player and a performer, but I
But you
had
know
to
what?
switch that shit up.
I was talking to someone the other day. I think it was like Kojo or somebody. But I was talking to someone the other day about how as a musician, yeah, I do think it was Kojo. As a musician who sings, right? When you're a musician, you're getting paid a lot more often than when you're singing, right? When you're
Yeah,
singing, it's harder to get paid unless you're just, you got it on lock, right? But you still got to have a band and all that. So, you got to make sure you're charging a certain amount, which means, so you really better have a
yeah,
good thing going if you're trying to make money off of singing, right? But as a musician, you can do like 3, 4, 5 gigs a week, more maybe. You know what I mean? And just make all different amounts of money.
right.
And then sometimes you have those moments when someone calls you and they say, "Hey, you are booked to sing somewhere, right?" And you're like, "I'm gonna just do it off some GP, like
Yeah,
whatever." Even though they should be paying me for this, I'm not even gonna stress it, right? Then someone calls you and they're like, "I need you to come play in the house band. It's paying 175, 2 hours, max, some R&B standards." And you're like,
yeah.
"Shit."
Yeah.
And it makes you question, damn, it's like picking picking music over music, and then reducing it down to like, am I picking money over music? Because I know I'm gonna have a good time playing in the house band,
Right.
but I get to have a good time and make one and pay a bill. You know,
Exactly. It's crazy
nice.
when they ask you to on the same show you're performing at.
I love that because then I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. I
Yeah,
don't need a drummer for my set. We're doing all ballads. Run it.
right. And someone will be like, "Yo, you performing at such and such, right?" Yeah. It's like, you want to play bass for me? I'll give you this much for it. And I'll be like, "Yeah, absolutely," because now I'm making money. Where the person who asked me to perform is paying me nothing. The person that
Uh-huh.
now I'm performing and playing bass and making money off of the playing bass part, while
Yep.
the person that was asking me to perform was not giving me anything, you know?
Guess
And
it
it's,
pays to be a multifaceted artist, musician.
yep, it definitely pays, I feel. And I mean, I just enjoy the process of doing both things. And then if you're doing it right, no
Hmm.
matter how you're introduced to people, they're gonna find out about you,
Yeah.
like they're gonna, if they enjoy your playing and enjoy what you bring to the show, they're gonna follow you. They're gonna want to check up on you. And then they say, "Oh, you sing as well. I didn't know. I was checking out your page, your Instagram page,
Hmm.
or your Bandcamp, or your Spotify, or whatever." And it's like, I didn't know you had your own music now.
Yeah.
So there's, if the more, especially in this day and age, the more avenues you have for people to come in contact with you, the better, which
Yeah.
is
I
why I'm
agree.
doing stuff like this with the podcasting too, because some people will come in contact with you this way and say, "Man, I really like these people's vibe. I like what
Yeah,
they
for
talk
sure.
about." And then they follow you and go, "Oh shoot, they also sing, and they have a show coming up this day. I gotta go check it out." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, and I'm also doing vlogs now because I've been
Okay.
doing all these since I work as a backline tech and I'm
Okay.
traveling doing that. So I just been vlogging that.
Yeah,
They
I was about to say that's got to be fun. How's that going for you?
it's dope. It always comes back though to what we talked about, where it's like I'm doing all this other stuff, but I really want to be, the one in front of the stage,
Yeah.
in front of
Yeah.
the microphone performing. But it's still fun. I'm still surrounded by music. I get to
Yeah.
travel the country. We went to the Bahamas last year. I got to go there, so there's the benefits of it. But the whole time I'm watching,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, man, now I want to do this I want to hire a backline tech to come do
Yeah.
my shows, hire a front of house engineer, a monitor engineer, and a whole band and take everybody on the road and
Yeah.
do our thing. So, when the more you do, the more I feel like you know what you actually want to do. Like,
Yeah.
because the more stuff, like there are people that want to be artists and they go into like this type of world. They'll become like a front of house engineer or become like a tour manager or something like that.
Hmm.
And it pays well. And they go, you know what? I don't want to be an artist no more. I'm doing this. I'm making money. I still get to be around music. I still get to travel the world. I'm meeting amazing artists. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Right. Right.
It's fun. I enjoy it. The band, the crew, like so I work for Stokely
Hmm.
of Mint Condition,
Hmm.
and he is fantastic. Like he's very cool, very great guy to, talk to and,
Yeah.
a good guy to work for. So I'm happy about that because artists ain't like that. So
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for the experiences. But every time I watch this man perform, and has an amazing set every time, and I'll be like, man,
Hmm.
okay, my turn.
Right, yeah.
Tag me in, coach. I'm
Yo,
ready
for
for it.
real. Man, yeah. Yep. It's time it's time for a lot of people. I know it's time for me. Me and Coach were having that conversation yesterday. Really for the past week, we've been hitting on that heavy and when we talk. Because he's definitely someone I bounce a lot of conversation off of constantly. But you know, sometimes, everyone else seems to think they know when it's your time, right? But
Hmm.
I've always just listened to people and been like, great, I'm glad you have so much faith and confidence in my journey. But
Right.
I've overcome so much and intentionally prepared for so long that, of course, I know when it's time, you know? And I've never been one to psych myself out. I never been one to be like, oh, I'm ready. No,
Yeah.
I've always been like, I got to keep pushing. I know I got to keep growing. I know I got to keep going. I know if I don't keep focusing on different parts of my craft and my artistry and getting better and developing them, I'll never get to the time. I'll never know when it's time.
Right.
And the last thing, the missing part was just that break.
Hmm.
The missing part was the break because it was like, if you can really take this extensive break and come back to it, this is what you want to do. And if you come back to it and you come back to it empty-handed, then you need to take yourself more seriously. If you come back to it fully loaded and ready to go, then you know it's time. So
Hmm.
those are the kind of the conversations. And now we've tested the waters. We had the All My Friends show last night, and I was the featured artist. Thank you and shout out to all my friends for having me and giving me the space to open up some portals and manifest some things and just really, really lay it all on the floor. And I think, we all did that last night and have a lot of faith in the music and the vibrations we're putting out right now.
Hmm.
Very intentional. So, um, it's like when you make a paper airplane, like you can just fold one up and throw it and just hope it goes somewhere great. But if you know like physics and you know what you're doing and you put that intentional work into making a plane that's going to go where you want it to go, that
Yeah.
plane's going to go there. And that's where I'm at with it right now. So
Hmm.
we checked off a box last night. We had I say 99.9% perfect set.
Hmm.
And I think we all were just grateful to God for the ability to execute something like that. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what we put in the work for.
it's time, buddy.
So, it's just once you like you said, once you know where you're going and you plan it out properly and everybody's in place, because that plane needs a bunch of people to help it land to get it to where it needs to go and to make sure that everybody on it gets
Yeah,
there safely. So once that plan is executed properly, you gonna get there. And it
absolutely.
just takes a lot of persistence, like you said. And when you're good at what you do, like you're gonna get where you need to be
Hmm.
eventually. God damn it. I didn't realize that Zoom only gives you a time limit for recording. I wonder
Oh,
if I wonder if I stop the recording and start it again, will it give me new time? Uh
probably no.
it says 7 minutes, so I'll let it roll for the next 7 minutes. And then if it don't, then I'll have to just like screen record my whole computer for the rest of the time. But yeah, I hate that. Everything is a subscription nowadays. It's like
Yeah.
I can't have a billion subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? Like then it's just as much as going back in the day where I had to pay like $200 for the thing first. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's the same thing because I'm paying if I got like five subscriptions and all of them are between like $7 and $20 a month, then I'm wasting or I'm spending like 200 a month on all the things I need just to make music or edit or record podcast or whatever, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm not really into the subscription culture. It definitely wasn't put here to help make our lives easier, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
But It's
I
where we're
know.
at, you know. So either we support them and we keep getting subscription culture, or we just decide that we don't want to deal with subscriptions. I don't
You're
even want to
renting.
subscribe.
We're
I'm renting
renting
and I still get
everything.
ads. I
Right.
still get ads, even when I pay for it.
That's pretty much the thing is everybody wants to advertise to you.
Yeah,
And I've realized like everything is marketing. And the stuff that you think is not marketing is the most marketing.
yeah.
That's when you're being marketed to the most. And all marketing ain't bad because everybody has to get a message out there,
Right.
it's to help you get something in front of people that they'll attach to, like they see it and go, oh,
Hmm.
I'd like to be a part of that somehow.
Hmm.
But
Engage with, yeah, yeah. Life is full of
yeah,
distractions. You gotta reel them in.
yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I just hate being overly advertised to about every little thing, man.
Yeah, this
It
is
gets
definitely not an
annoying.
episode of Black Mirror. Definitely not an
Yeah,
episode of Black Mirror.
exactly. But they want you to like I know the Apple Vision Pro, I've
Hmm.
been seeing that and it's like it's only a matter of time before, all the advertisements is just flashing across your fucking eyes and
Man,
you'll
what?
be seeing that all day and you won't be
Man,
able to
that's
escape.
that's my biggest fear, bro. It's like just being attacked by advertisements, like the attack of the advertisements. Like, please, God, you know,
Yeah. And then we
please, I'm
won't
sick.
the way that this subscription culture is going, we won't own anything. Everything will just be rented. So it's like, you used to buy everything. Like I paid for this laptop, so I own it. It's, my
Mm,
serial number, all of that. Now it'll be like, oh, just pay $15 a month and you'll be able to swap the laptop anytime, whatever, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yep.
that also means someone can come snatch that motherfucker from me whenever they want to, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
own it, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
But you know what? That's why I ultimately am going to subscribe to nature. You know, I'm gonna live off grid eventually, you know,
Yeah.
and do it like that because, you know, when you live self-sustainably, the sun is your light, is your battery, is your energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rain, water, and complex filtration systems is how you get your clean drinking water. And thermal
Hmm.
mass is how you heat and cool your home, you know, and it's just like these are natural ways that you exchange with nature. You
Right.
don't need money, you know, all you need is to work. All you need is to work, use your brain, use your body, use your cells, and make an exchange with nature. And you can have these things and you can rent them out as long as you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
brain's just not gonna come and take back the rainwater it gave you. Just, like you store that rainwater properly, it's not gonna come, and if something does happen, you can always rebuild. But you're never taking any losses when you have that kind of relationship with nature, I feel. I think that that's just my way of sticking it to them. You know, when you guys want to go low, I go lower. If you want to go to straight up and down subscription written culture and
Yeah.
nobody owns anything, well, you're right. Nobody owns anything. I'll see you
Right.
guys later. I'll go be in the nature. You know,
Right.
there's so
You
many
won't
ways
own
to
me neither.
build you a self-sustainable house, man. And grow your food and be happy and
Yeah.
be grounded,
I
you know?
feel that. I feel like I need a balance of a lot of things. Like definitely to have that self-sustainability and be
Yeah.
like off grid, but then every now and then to tap into the grid or to everybody,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Go into the city, surrounded by like I'm a city, I'm a both. Like I grew up in the city
Same.
of New York and Miami and Atlanta, but I've also lived in like the suburbs and like away from people. And I like both, to be honest. Some days I
Hmm.
want to be in the city surrounded by people, and other days I want to be, secluded
Yep.
by myself and away from everybody. But to just be tapped in all the time is too much. Like,
No, yeah, no. You got to give
too much
yourself
for
the
me.
variety, man. You got to
Yeah,
give yourself the
exactly.
variety, for real. And when you got to retreat, you have to retreat. I feel like right now, because it's convenient and easier for most people to just be like, I'm going to stay in bed for the next day, and that's how I'm going to retreat, or I'm going
Hmm.
to go to Jamaica. That's dope. But I think grounding is important, and I'm happy more people are catching on to, oh, I think I need to like remove myself from like all of this shit for a little second and then come back
Hmm.
to it, and then have a healthy relationship with it, one that's based off clarity, and not just this
Right.
constant. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel you. I'm definitely a half and half or 50-50.
All right, hold on, because
Maybe
this
sixty
thing of
forty. Maybe 60-40.
yeah, because I definitely am like most of the times wanting seclusion.
Yeah.
But hold on a second, because this thing about to cut off. I'm gonna see if I stop this real quick, if I could start it back up. Say, baby, baby, come on, come on, come on, yeah. Say, baby, baby, come on, come on, come on, yeah. Come on, yeah. Baby, let's focus. The right conditions